the scriptures. Sometimes it refers to what? To the laws and commandments of God. Other times it refers to rights. It refers to instructions. It refers to ceremonies by which we formalize sacred covenants with God.
Amen.
Oh, should I repeat that one?
Yes.
Other times it refers to rights, instructions, and ceremonies which we formalize sacred covenants with God.
Amen.
Or ceremonies that helps you to remain in the covenant with God.
Oh, amen.
Okay, one of the ceremonies that Jesus did, or one of the ordinances that Jesus gave to us as believers as an ordinance to always observe, is the Holy Communion. You understand? He said, do it. That's an instruction, right? Do this in remembrance of me. Do you understand?
Amen.
So it's a ceremony which we have formalized as a sacred covenant with God. Or to keep our covenant with God intact. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Now, the reason why God spoke to me about ordinances is because from the beginning of the year, the Lord was teaching me about deep things of the spirit world. He was actually revealing to me my identity in the spirit. At one point, I realized how dangerous I am, how powerful I am, because of the identity that was revealed. If God can one day open your eyes to see your spiritual ranking and who you are in the spirit, you will realize that you hold one of the highest offices in the heavenly assembly. A Christian who knows who they are very powerful. Amen. When God was revealing to me about the office of the prophet and who I am, and I don't think that God reveals such things to people who are still growing, who are still immature. Because if they are immature, they will go around killing people. We just wait. And then to hear a prophet called Elisha, the Bible said that kids were laughing at him because he had a bald head. And the Bible said that he commanded birds to devour them. And the birds obeyed. And the Lord just gave me a reflection. In 2015, we had an all-night in a school called Mount Jesus. Just in Khaburun there. There was drought, if you remember,
Amen.
if you remember during that time. During that year, I had a lot of members of parliament who were talking to me because of what God was doing. It was actually the same year where my name was mentioned a lot in parliament. Because that year I was giving a lot of national prophecies that were very confidential. So by that, a couple of members of parliament approached me, and the Lord used me to minister to them a lot. So the all night we had in Mauka, actually I had given an instruction to one of the members of parliament by then to organize it for me. And he organized it. It was during that service that I stood and I commanded rain to fall down. Prophet Philo was there and a couple of people were there. That night, a lot of pastors were there. We were pastors together. I commanded rain and it instantly rained during that day. And I noticed from that day that if you understand the office you are in, I said this to you when I stand. When you understand the office you are in and the rank you have in the spirit, you don't even have to wait for the voice of God to speak to you in order for you to start making decrees. You are actually the voice of God yourself. That's why when they asked John the Baptist, they said, he said, I am the voice of the one that is crying in the wilderness. So in other words, John is saying that I don't have to wait for an audible voice to speak to me. I am that voice. Whatever I say, it is what I say. Even if it comes from my mind. Because I no longer have my own mind. We no longer have our own minds. We have the mind of Christ. So whatever we say in from our minds, it is not actually from our mind, but it is from the mind of Christ. Do I make sense? I will read 2 Kings chapter number 5. I'll read from verse 1 so that most of you can understand.
Amen.
He says, now Naaman, commander of the army of the king of Syria, was a great and honorable man in the eyes of his master. Somebody say a great and honorable man. Because by him the Lord had given victory to Syria. He was a mighty man of valor, but a leper. Somebody say, but a leper. Naaman was rich, Naaman was wealthy, Naaman was honorable, but money could not buy his health.
Amen.
You can have all the money in the world, but money will never buy you a happy home. You can have all the money you have in the world, buy the most expensive cars, but money can never buy you safe journey. You can buy a house, but money can never buy you a home. Do I make sense?
Amen.
Naaman was honorable, he was wealthy, but he was a leper. And the Syrians had gone out on raids and brought back captive a young girl from the land of Israel. She waited on Naaman's wife. Then she said to her mistress, if only my master were with the prophet who is in Samaria, for he will heal him of his leprosy. And Naaman went in and told his master, saying, thus and thus said the girl who is from the land of Israel. Then the king of Syria said, go now, I will send a letter to the king of Israel. So he departed and took with him the 10 talents of silver, 6,000 shekels of gold, and 10 changes of clothing. Then he brought the letter to the king of Israel, which said, now be advised, when this letter comes to you, that I have sent Naaman my servant to you, that you may heal him of his leprosy. Listen to verse 7. And it happened when the king of Israel read the letter, that he tore his clothes and said, am I God? He said, am I what? Am I God to kill and to make alive, that this man sends to me to heal him of his leprosy? Therefore, please consider and see how he seeks a quarrel with me. Did you hear that?
Amen.
The king thought that the letter was referring to him. He said, am I God that I can kill and make alive? That you sent this man to me that I may make him whole. But he didn't know that the letter was not referring to him. The letter was referring to the prophet. Amen. Verse 80 says, so it was when Elisha, the man of God, heard that the king of Israel had torn his clothes, that he sent to the king, saying, why have you torn your clothes? Please let him come to me, and he shall know that there is a prophet in Israel. Let him come to me, and he shall know that there is a what? Sometimes when we call you for deliverance service, we just want to prove to you that there is a prophet among you. Elijah says, send him to me, that he may know that there is a prophet in Israel. Because if you are not aware that there is a prophet among you, you will suffer instead of enjoying the blessing. Are you following me?
Amen.
Hello?
Amen.
Verse 9 says, then Naaman went with his horses and chariots, and he stood at the door of Elisha's house. And Elisha sent a messenger to him, saying, go, somebody say go. Go and wash in the Jordan 7 times, and your flesh shall be restored to you, and you shall be clean. When Prophet Elisha says go and wash, it's an ordinance. It's an instruction. He simply said that your healing is in following and obeying an instruction of a man of God. If you are able to obey an ordinance of the man of God, then you shall live real good. Listen to what most of you do. Verse 11 says, but Naaman became furious. Oh, let's